bought Hemingway Stadium in Oxford, Mississippi. It's the Auburn Tigers and the Ole Miss Rebels. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Thank you, guys. I did check in with the Auburn head coach before the game, bringing his team in on the road against a very good team, ranked in the top 25. They have everything it takes to compete. This is a big matchup that fans are excited to see, but he said we have to execute early and eliminate mistakes at the line of scrimmage. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Tigers offense will have the football first. And we get our first look at Jeremiah Cobb. 100-yard rushing day, scored a touchdown in their victory last time out. Inside, it's Cobb. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down. Auburn lines up quickly.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Brown will throw it. Release to the back. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire... They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
A big third down coming, and hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. Fires on the move. Another incompletion on third down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. Boots' first of the day away was called on 4 times in the victory last week. He only needs a sliver of daylight. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. So the Ole Miss Rebels offense will come out to go on the attack for the first time. And now we get a look at Trinidad Chambliss. What a game he had last time out. 3 touchdowns, better than 200 yards, leading his team to victory.
And Reese, man, he has been really, really good to start this season. Last week, excellent. But you do got that one loss on the ledger. But they've trusted him. They've put it in his hands. I think you want to see the consistency from his offense, Jesse, as it continues to grow, continues to get better throughout the season. But I've seen some great flashes.
Yeah, the amazing thing is when you talk to people on the inside of the program, they'll tell you if he can keep being consistent, play the way he did last week, they think they can go to the college football playoff. You mentioned the loss they have early in the year. They can't afford another one here in the middle of the season. He's got to play great today. But very quietly, they believe this could be a special year if this guy plays one.
They'll send the back in motion. Dropping back, it's Chambliss. Going for it all. Pulls in the deep ball. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Running inside is Lacey. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28. Guys, let's take a minute and talk about Ole Miss. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ended today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity up, playing with a sense of urgency. For the second half of the season, David, I think that's a massive key for this team.
Man, it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, to get them to continue to focus on the game in and game out. Not the rankings, not down the road. That'll be the challenge down the stretch.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
Long way to go on second down. On the move, it's Lindsey. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
To throw, it's Chambliss. They're all over it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels.
And this is the part of the field where you gotta love to have the big tight ends. These guys are used all over the field now. Find those mismatches. Palmer, nice throw, nice catch.
Man, I remember a time when tight ends were good for 5-yard out routes and blocking. How nice is it to have a guy with this guy's size and speed just stretch the field vertically, get into the end zone quickly, and be a great target for you? That's every quarterback's dream.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Snaps it. They'll throw to start the drive. That's caught. It's Johnson. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. Snapped it in the shotgun. Out wide right, it's Singleton. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Brown wants to pass. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the third down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but he was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on. Makes the grab. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Looking for room. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Quarterback changing the play. Wants to throw on first. He let the thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Draw play, it's Lacy. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a first down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long. And it was amazing to watch Kejuan Lacy take off last year. Like, he was at Missouri the year before, and you're kind of like, he's not that great of a player. All of a sudden, goes to Ole Miss, and you see the speeds, the long stride, the playmaking ability. This was an offense at Ole Miss that was built around him a year ago, and he's back, and I expect him to be fed and fed well.
The play fake. Bought a little time, lets it go. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Dropping back, it's Chambliss. Right side, it's Cook. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding third and short, understanding they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play, the defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a 4th down.
Auburn's offense headed out to go on the attack. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. Out wide right, it's Canes. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. Auburn to the line in a hurry. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. He's going to take a shot. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Looks to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. If that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
Nearly picked off there, and he might be the last guy on the field you'd expect to drop that one. It'll be 3rd down. Brown will throw it. Got his man on the right. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched.
Breaks a tackle, and he might go. To the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
Well, when you call the wheel route, you need to have the right matchup, and that time they did. It was the linebacker on the running back, one-on-one. He uses his speed, beat him to the outside, and that's about as easy as it can get.
And the extra point is good. From deep, it's Cunningham. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and...
Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The Rebels come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Takes the handoff. It's Lacey. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They've got a first down here to open the period. Quarterback signaling to his guys. We'll send the tight end in motion. Back to pass, it's Chambliss. Just a short pass to the tight end. Pickup of 8, it's now 2nd and 2. I don't think he was the primary receiver on that play, David, but a very productive pickup on first down.
And these tight ends are so good at understanding zones and where to sit down. And listen, it's not the huge gain down the field, but it's always death by 1,000 cuts, small gains, break tackles, and continue to move the sticks.
The Rebels have their offense in high gear. On the draw, it's Lacey. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
The quarterback and the offensive line really do a good job. What do? They sell pass first. Everything looks like pass. Nope, they hit you with a run. Really great job working together with a little bit of misdirection.
Now they'll run it to the right here. Breaks into the open. The 20. He's at the touchdown. Ole Miss. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
And I'm kind of surprised. That's his first rush of the football game, and they give him the football, and you see why this dude is a baller. Like, give him the ball, he can make people miss, and he can hit home runs, put points on the scoreboard really quickly. Jesse, one touch, one touchdown.
Yeah, and I think the offensive coordinator now is kind of hoping he probably scripted this game a little bit differently. He should have done it on the first drive. They didn't give him any touches, but he's now earned a lot more carries. You're going to see this guy get force-fed now the rest of the game after that one.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. Auburn lines up quickly.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Caught in the backfield, it's Singleton. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Could not make his way to the corner.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on third down. Brown wants to pass. Right side, it's Johnson. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. I bet it felt good to hit that quarterback late until you got an earful from the coach and cost your defense 15. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. From the gun, it's Cobb. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7.
And nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
That's caught. It's Johnson. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. And they'll advise.
Entering settings screen, you have 30 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected. Subtitle accessibility option to toggle menu narration. Audio is only available when connected to servers.
By that defender as he makes contact with the quarterback well after the throw, and it'll cost his defense. 3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. On the ground, it's Cobb. Pickup of 5, it's now 2nd and 5. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Snap in the shotgun. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. He's looking to throw. Out wide right, it's Cobb. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Never a doubt. That'll bring him to within 4.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
Smacks him with the stiff arm. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. They believe they can run right here. Oh, what a move. He stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Sets his feet. It's Chambliss. Here comes the heat. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
What a great play on defense there. It was virtually unblockable. He reminds me of Nick Fairley, probably the most dominant Auburn Tiger defender that I can remember. He was simply unblockable. You could single team him, double team him up front. He was playing D-tackle, and offenses just didn't have an answer for him. This guy right here, there's times where he flashes a little bit of that Nick Fairley ability.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Making the adjustment. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down. And the Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. So here comes the Auburn offense. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Cobb. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1. Auburn to the line in a hurry.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Keeping his eyes downfield. The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that first down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th and short. Hunt is on its way. Trying to get started. Makes a move. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, and
makes the catch, and he's free. He's at the 40. Hits him with a stiff arm. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Man, is it nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, short pass, but he has such speed, elusiveness, vision, the whole 9. He shows you all of it right there. Catches the football, makes some people miss, gets upfield, and gets the long gain. That is so nice for a quarterback to throw it short, but you get all those yards after the catch.
That big play has them in business. 1st and 10 inside the 20. Quick give. It's Lacey. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football, but when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Back to throw, it's Chambliss. Got his man. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. Auburn calls it 2nd of 3 timeouts. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the 1st down. And the Rebels trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Touchdown, Rebels. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I think this is really the separators in good offense and great offense. Can you throw the football inside the 5-yard line with the tight windows? He can. Nice strike, nice catch, nice execution.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard, you're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum, cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
A big third down coming, and hotty toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. Snags it at the 45 on his way. He's across the 50 and out of bounds at the 49, and a great pickup on that one. Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. They'll move the tight end. Hits inside. It's Cobb. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. The hurry up now. 2nd down. Clock ticking.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
The sure hands. It's Johnson. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19. They're in the red zone.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Brown will throw it. Left side is Singleton. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable third down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Nothing there, and he just had to throw it away.
Bend don't break by the defense, right? They've allowed a lot of big plays, but here in the red zone, great job in coverage on that 3rd down. And now the offense is in an interesting situation.
Don't even think about sending the special teams out on 4th down and 3. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. They'll take the penalty and move them back. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll try to make it 2 for 2, this time from 35 yards away. Splits the uprights right down the middle. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Changing the routes with his receivers. On the run, it's Lacey. At the 35, he's loose. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Moves the pocket. It's Chambliss. Catch in the middle. It's Fields. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Men, week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. We begin with Oklahoma taking on the Louisville Cardinals. And it's the Sooners hoping that clock hits zeros while they're still in front. A victory today would move them to 7-2 and catapult this team forward as they make their stretch run. Now let's take a peek at some of the other contests around the country, games that promise to have an impact on the top 25. Now back to your game inside Vaught Hemingway Stadium. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line.
He'll bring it out. It's Cunningham. He's brought down at the 30, but a productive return after deciding to bring it out. Before we kick off the second half, Holly Rowe, what do you have?
Guys, the Rebels head coach told me at the half he is so excited about how his quarterback has performed. They did have a lot of high expectations for him, and he has lived up to the challenge. They get the ball here, and they are expected to go right down the field, regain some of that momentum that their quarterback had in the first half, and make sure he is setting the tone for the second. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
They'll ride him again. Fighting off the defender. Knocked down immediately.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Third and long coming up. Sets his feet. It's Chambliss. And that third down pass left a vapor trail, but it's incomplete.
That is a good omen for this defense. They were getting lit up in the first half. They knew something had to change. So to set the tone like this early on their opening drive of the third quarter and get a stop on third, that should really help their confidence.
They kick it away on fourth down. Not a lot of room to make this catch. He's brought down, not a lot of room to take that one back. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20, a pickup of 5.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. The Tigers are in the hurry-up. Fires to the big fella. There he goes. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. And the Tigers have it with a 1st and 10.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. This time they'll throw it.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hands, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
You know, timing is so important in the RPO game, especially on third down. Quarterback and receiver just didn't have it there, and now it's 4th down.
The kick is on its way. They call it a coffin quarter kick for a reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds right around the goal line. Rebels offense is back on the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Looking for room. It's Lacey. Finds a hole, and he'll pick up 6 out to the 8-yard line. He's piled up 87 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. They give it to him again. They'll get him stopped at the 18, and this offense creates a little space with the first down.
This guy's been so much fun to watch all year long. Every single week, he's making defenders look silly trying to tackle him. With that last play, now over 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
Give him 9 on that one, sets up a 2nd and 1.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big part of this passing game. You saw why there.
Extending the play. Unleashes one. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Making the adjustment on the play. Looking for a man. It's Chambliss. And a big deflection on 3rd down forces a 4th down. The Rebels will punt this one away. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Going over the top. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. On the move. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Trying to make one miss. Slips through the line. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Holly Rowe has an update.
Checking in from the Ole Miss sideline. There is so much energy down here on the sideline. This running back has been on fire. They expected a big performance from him today, and he has delivered, just going over 100 yards already in this game. I expect them to continue to feed him the ball. I'll keep you posted from down here on the sidelines. Back to you.
Okay, Holly.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that 1st down.
To the air. It's Chambliss. Escapes the pressure to his right. And he gets it away.
And as an offense, you've got such a special talent playing QB. You've got to do a better job protecting him. If you can let this guy set his feet, he can light this defense up.
2nd and long here. Straight ahead, it's Lacey. Got some green grass. He's got the 1st down. Touchdown, Rebels. Excellent pass by the back on the option. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he put an exclamation point on that drive with a 29-yard touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Auburn's offense headed out to go on the attack. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Hits the hole. It's Cobb. 7-yard pickup on that one. Is now 2nd and 3. Auburn lines up quickly.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Gets the back moving. 2nd down, going to throw it. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking for a crease. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Tight end now in motion. Right back to the well. It'll be a gain of 6. Sets up 2nd and 4.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
All over him immediately.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere, and sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Back to throw, it's Chambliss. Leaves his feet and makes a nice catch along the left sideline. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
The run inside. It's Lacey. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
But one of the best compliments you can pay a running back is they get stronger as the game goes on. This guy's been awesome all game long, and you're seeing it here in the 4th quarter. He's trying to ice this thing and close it out, still running strong.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Rebels. And the stomping has commenced. With that last score, things comfortable here in the 4th as they are headed to a 7-1 record.
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes, continue to feed this man the ball.
And they did tack on the extra point. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. Pulls it in. It's Johnson. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. 1st and 10 for the offense. Fresh set of downs going up top. Right side, it's Johnson. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple. Short pickup of 4 on 1st down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Running inside, it's Cobb. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Brown wants to pass. Look out! He's got the back in the middle. They finally get him stopped. So dangerous after the catch, but his defense might get a little help from the officials here. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. So it's now 1st and 20 after that holding call. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Takes a hit as he fires.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Oh, pressure's coming. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. Scoop and score. Touchdown, Rebels. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Auburn offense. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Brown will throw it. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
And unfortunately, man, another
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Got to make the play on 4th. Looking left. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a 4th down stop.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Look out. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can continue to do this with the lead, this is going to be a game that they're going to have in hand.
The Rebels line it up with a 1st and goal. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short gain.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
The big fellas coming out in the goal line defense. much closer to a win here in Week 9.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. After losing track of the play clock, better keep an eye on it this time. It's 2nd and 10. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. Brown wants to pass. Forced him to get rid of it on 3rd down. Auburn sends out the punting unit.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great, and they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The ride. And he stopped right there. No gain on the play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now. But we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Rush right in his face. Flip it out to the back on the screen. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
And that's a really good play by this defense, because you want to run a screen offensively when they're blitzing. When they bring pressure, you can throw it right over the top, get it to them, get some space, but they stayed home just enough there to make the play and get the tackle for a loss.
Calls it in. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the 1st down. And the Rebels decide to punt it away. They'll field this one in tight quarters. And they'll stop him right there on the return. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. From the gun, it's Cobb. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.